In Dante's Inferno, Dante is led through hell by Virgil, represented by human reason, on his quest to get back on the path to God. In this Inferno, you will be led by Amore, who represents love, the only power strong enough to go through the hate and despair this Inferno holds.
Hello, my name is Amore. I am your guide to unrestricted happiness. We are entering the first circle. This is the circle of the lustful. They are eternally set to flame for their heat of their passion.
Here you will find Romeo and Juliet, the ultimate culprits of being lustful. Here is where they will stay for acting on their heat of passion instead of logic and reason.
Circle 2, the place for all thieves. They constantly have their heart ripped out. They took things that others love, so their heart is taken from them, making it impossible for them to love.
Here we can find Bonnie Parker and Clyde Barrow. They were American criminals who traveled the central United States with their gang during the Great Depression. They robbed people and killed those who confronted them.
Next, the third circle. Those who were overcome with strife, they are kicked down and stepped on repeatedly to make them feel powerless.
In this circle, we can find people like Hitler and Napoleon, who, despite all the power that they had, continuously decided to conquer Europe.
The fourth circle contains those who are deceitful. They are unexpectedly stabbed in the back for causing others unexpected grief.
Here we can find people such as Judas and Brutus. Brutus is found here for stabbing Caesar in the back, despite Caesar believing he was his friend. We can also find Judas here, who is responsible for stabbing Jesus in the back.
Here is the fifth circle with the greedy. They are buried in things to the point of suffocation for wanting more than they needed in life.
Here we can find people such as Charles Ponzi, who was an Italian swindler and con artist in the US and Canada. We can also find Cleopatra, who stabbed her own brother in the back to become queen so she could gain riches.
The sixth circle of the wrathful is here. The sinners eternally have things thrown at them for taking out their anger on others.
In the circle of the wrathful, we can find people such as Mussolini and the terroristic group ISIS. They both took their wrath out on other people, sometimes resulting in others' deaths.
Here is the seventh circle. The ones who have committed suicide have forever reenact the death scene from Romeo and Juliet so they can feel the pain of the people they love leaving them.
In this circle, we can find people such as Ernest Hemingway and Marilyn Monroe. These people committed suicide to escape things such as fame.
Here's to my love. Whoa. Oh, true apothecary, thy drugs are quick.
Yeah, noise, then I'll be brief. This is thy sheath. There rust and let me die.
Circle 8. Ones who have committed murder. They are burdened with non-stop uncontrollable seizures for the pain that the victims could not control.
In the circle of murderers, we can find Lee Harvey Oswald and Elizabeth Bathory. They were both convicted as murderers and or serial killers. Bathory was accused of killing over hundreds of young women between 1585 and 1609.
The final circle contains the ultimate sinner. He is forever immersed in ice for his envious ways, since he wanted what everyone else had, so he can no longer feel his body.
Lastly, we have Iago, who was ultimately envious of his friend Othello, and convinced Othello that his own wife, Desdemona, would cheat on him while he was away.